When the isekai'd hero arrives to the lair of the evil wizard, he finds that the sorcery he and his people allegedly practice is just the study of science and medicine, and him enthralling the masses is just him having policies like women and non-human sapients having rights. 3 years. 3 years without toilet paper, without computers, without video games. 3 years of training and helping the rebellion break down the new world order the Dark Lord instituted with an iron fist. And yet, today was the first time I entered one of his cities, the first day I could see the horror of his rule. The first thing I noticed was how clean the cities were. Oh, there was litter here and there, but no soot, no offal in the gutters. And no unhoused people, either, which made me wonder what the monster was doing with them. The second thing I noticed was how quickly and quietly the monsters moved. I could hear the clopping of the satyrs' hooves, but there were few conversations, no yelling. The ground beneath me shook, jolting me out of my reverie. What kind of monstrous creature did the Dark Lord have chained underground? I joined the masses of rapidly moving people, walking rapidly with no set destination. As people broke away to enter a structure, I merged with a new group. An hour later, I found a park, a place where people sat to play chess. I sat and watched as 2 older orcs played one another, listening without understanding as they chatted in their guttural language. Game finished, they packed up their pieces. One of them gestured to me. "You not know our language," he said in broken English. "Yet you know this game, yes?" I nodded. "Come back tomorrow, we play." With that, he turned and left, joining the teeming masses of monstrous humanoids. I decided to follow. The old man entered a grand-looking building and then climbed down a staircase. I followed him, afraid of being caught by the Dark Lord's secret police but wanting to know what was going on. Perhaps the old orc would lead me to an inn I could stay at. We entered a tunnel, and I could feel a breeze. Magic, then to keep the tunnel safe. But what was that rumble? I got the answer to my question mere seconds later, as a large vehicle came roaring down the tunnel and came to a stop. It was a subway. And I didn't have a fare. The old man walked up to me and grabbed my arm. "Help me to my seat?" he asked. I sat beside him, mind worrying as I looked around. I'd been to New York, back home, and this was both familiar and alien. Familiar, because it was a subway, and alien, because nobody was causing trouble or problems. I got a few glances when I sat with the old man, but nothing more. We got off the subway 3 stops later, and the old orc walked up to some guards before handing them a card. "Welcome," one of the guards said as he waved us through. "Please enjoy your stay. Must be an inn or something." A tall black man, the first human I'd seen since entering the city, was waiting as we entered. "Ah, Skstiz," he said with a smile. "How lovely to see you. And who is your friend?" I paused. "No, my name should not be known. I'm Garfield," I told him calmly. "I'm from out of town, and, Skitaz here must have figured that out. Probably because us humans aren't that common, eh?" The black man frowned and leaned on the corner of the table. "No, I guess we aren't," he said. "Still, you picked a good day to come to town. Today's Monday, after all, the best day of the week." I snorted. "Yeah, I never got that while I hate Monday's tea," I said before realizing that nobody local would know about that damned orange cat. The man pointed at me. "But I bet you like lasagna, don't you? I mean, who doesn't, right?" I nodded ruefully as I prepared myself for battle. I knew I wasn't the first summoned champion, after all. "Now, none of that," he said as he noticed my movement. "How long have you been here?" I sighed. 3 years, I said. 3 long, long years. "And let me guess," the man said. "You were summoned to fight the Dark Lord, right?" I nodded. "But why?" he asked. "What, exactly, has the Dark Lord done?" "He's a tyrant," I said emphatically. "He seized the lands and property of his detractors, destroyed their civilization, and sent them into a new dark age. I've seen how the people suffer, how they starve and die because they don't have the resources you apparently have so abundantly." A thunderous look came upon his face. "Did they tell you what property I took from them?" I shook my head. "I took their slaves, boy. I came in like a General Sherman's magical cousin and smashed their slave-owning kingdom to pieces. I destroyed their industries, yes. Soul-bound enchantments running industrial equipment is an abomination. That is what I did. And are you going to stand against me? Are you going to support that sort of evil?" I paused as an old British sketch show passed through my head. "No, I suppose not," I replied.